So how about from the control side of things?
Yeah, that's the that's the $1,000,000 question that everybody wants to know. That's why it's still causing that economic impact year over year, because nobody still figure out a way to, and there's so much to know about this virus still regarding the immunology, the vaccination and everything. But what is a common procedure here? We have to think about first, we have to think about that epidemiological triad. So in a population, you're gonna have three different stages for each subject. You're gonna have a susceptible subject, infected, or the immunized. So if you think on a 5,000 sow farm, you're gonna have each individual is gonna be in each of those stages.
Yes.
So that's the big thing, because they're all in the same site. So the idea is to basically transfer all the animals within that farm, shift them from the susceptible stage to the immunized stage. Because you have a disease that you don't want to have any susceptible animal within your herd, because it's a virus that has a high mutation rate and is persistent for a long time in each animal. So you don't want to have susceptible animals. So a common practice that the people do here in the US is a load, close, or exposure procedure. So basically, if you have an outbreak with PRRS, increased abortions and everything, the first thing you're gonna do, if you have gilts, you're gonna bring immunized gilts as much as you can, as you can fit in your farm. And why you do that? Because you're gonna close the farm after an outbreak. So bring the gilts that you have and the space that you have to match those things. Then you're gonna close the farm, and you're gonna expose all the animals. You're gonna do a mass exposure. Usually people do it LVI, which is a live virus inoculation, or vaccination. Because you wanna shift all those animals that are susceptible in that point of time to the immunized stage. And then you start testing. The shedding period is around 90 days. So 90 days around after this procedure, the load, close, exposure, you start testing, and you guarantee more 90 days. And you can start thinking about bringing gilts again, because gilts are susceptible animals. Of course, you're gonna bring gilts immunized, but you just wanna, the major thing is you wanna make sure that when you're gonna bring gilts, you don't have the virus circulating within your herd in a low prevalence. And that's the major thing, because the big problem with PRRS, because the virus can circulate within your herd in a very, very low prevalence, close to 0%. And the diagnostic tools that we have nowadays, they are not so precise, and they cannot detect on that low prevalence. But in 2018, we have a research from Dr. Will Lopez here at Iowa State, and he developed the processing fluids. And that was a major change in the monitoring of PRRS, because processing fluids, it's not costly. You're not gonna increase more work doing that, and you're gonna increase your rate of detection with a population sampling. So basically, it's gathering a lot of all the testicles that you have, that you collect in the processing point of time, and you're gonna test that material, that tissue. So you can test a large amount of animals, and you can detect PRRS in a very, very low prevalence. So people are doing that right now.